Hi guys, good morning to all of you. Can you see my PowerPoint slide? If yes, give me a one this morning. All right. Can you see my PowerPoint slide? Yes? Okay, good. All right, guys, good morning to all of you. This is Kel once again. Today is the 5th of June. We're doing market talk right now. Pardon my background. It's a bit, dark moment, but it's okay. Focus on the PowerPoint. That'll be more important. All right. Without further ado, let's us continue the session. Disclaimer apply as usual. Now, today's session only got one session, only one. We're going to do the market talk only, yeah? Only the market talk. Okay, all right, so let's just go into the main thing for today. Let's go to see some important market information. Let's go. Oh, yeah. Okay, can you all see my this JP Morgan Jamie Dimon prediction? Can you see that? Susan, can you see that? Can, right? Yeah? Okay. All right. So the thing is this, remember a few days ago I was sharing with you guys that JP Morgan, Jamie Dimon predicted the crack in the bond market and citing the US physical mass. All right, we talked about that. And then yesterday we saw a very interesting Trump phone call with Vladimir Putin. And he actually says that it was a good conversation, but not a conversation that will lead to immediate peace. President Putin did say that, and very strongly, that he will have to respond to the recent attack on the airfields. So that means in the near term itself, right, we do not expect there be any peace coming out from this Ukraine and Russia side. So again, despite what Donald Trump has been telling people that he will do something to ensure peace, but seemingly not very possible. Now, yesterday the Dow Jones fell and snapping a 4 days win because of the soft payroll that really was really very low in the market. Now, yesterday you can see that the ADP, which is the private sector, shows that the payroll increased only by 37,000 jobs for the month. Now that is really less than the downwardly revised 60,000, okay? And below the consensus of 110,000. That means that the number of people getting jobs has continued to reduce from the previous 60,000 to 37,000. And the best part is the consensus was looking at 110,000. So which means that there are more than 70,000 jobs that was supposed to be available. Consensus, it's not there. So it's either the polls got a big issue or basically it's all right, they just anyhow do this polling. Now this is going to be a very big problem because we do know now that the next coming Friday will be the very important non-farm payroll. Now non-farm payroll is expecting to have an increment of 125,000 for the jobs itself. Yeah, okay. So this is a public one. So imagine that if this number also dwell down, right, then that will really, really inform you that the unemployment data should be increasing as we are talking about. Remember, a few days ago, we were talking about that. I showed to you the chart about the unemployment data versus recession, and I told you that we are actually in a technical recession. But of course, when that was presented to a lot of people, everybody think I'm crazy. I'm not following the script, but I say that, guys, the numbers are there for you to see. And of course, we all know that Elon Musk has whipped opposition to the Trump tax, and he actually is saying that there is a possibility of kill the bill. That means that he really thinks that whatever is happening right now, all right, is really wrong. And in fact, it says that, right, condemned America to debt slavery and urging lawmakers to kill the bill. Call your senator, call your congressman. Oh my God. Look at it. Bankrupting America is not okay. A new bill should be drafted, not doesn't massively grow the deficit and increase the ceiling by $5 trillion. Now, this is all written by Elon Musk himself. It's like totally against Donald Trump. Oh my God. Okay. All right. Since then, Elon Musk has fired more than 24 ex posts or reposts of the current situation. Okay. But Donald Trump focused himself onto the too late on Jerome Powell says that now the ADP is so weak, you better lower interest rate. And if it's not going to happen itself, right, there's very high chance that this is going to basically hurt the market continuously. So now we all know that this Trump tax bill, we're going to add $4.4 trillion to deficit, at least from the Congressional Budget Office. So definitely for sure, there'll be more adding in. And the last one is that Donald Trump, yesterday about 1 a.m., he decided to wake up in the night and text that he feels that Xi Jinping is an extremely hard person to make deal with, and thinks that right the trade stalemate will fuel for the leaders to talk. So again and again, all these are all done. I think the US is a very good script writer. They know that Friday itself they won't have a good time to talk about it, and now the ATP is so weak right now. It makes them the cards not on their hand. So rather than feel defeated on Friday, he rather tell the whole world, say that, oh, okay, C is hard to meet, hard to talk. So if Friday he doesn't come out well, he got things to tell people, say, yeah, you see, I told you right, he's hard to talk. So that's why I feel the US is fantastic. When it comes to such things, they are very good with this. They really know how to checkmate a person. And this is how I've been seeing it from anywhere itself. So with all that, right, tells me that we should be very careful, especially moving towards this coming Friday. Right, all clear? If all clear itself, press number 2 right now. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so you all can see my this MT4, right? You can see my system, right? My charts. Okay, thank you. Just submit some verification on that. Okay, so let's just look at today's gold market. Okay, so yesterday gold, we have a crazy dime. Gold yesterday came down first, as we saw. But remember, I told you, right, once the KSI is green, look out for the KTR plus -1. And truth be told, yesterday gold hit KTR -1 and then rebounded from there itself. Then that it went sideways, and I know that some of you complain that the market is very difficult to trade. I totally understand that. But after that itself, once the gold start to recover, it goes went all the way out suddenly. And of course, that reason came from the talk between Putin and Trump, and also the thing about basically the ADP numbers was weak and so forth. So all these things itself, right, does tells me that in trading, sometimes you may have up and down in the market, but it's okay, guys. It's okay. You just have to follow through, right? Just follow through the momentum. So for today itself, right, the opening price is actually 33.72, and on here. And you can see that there's a very strong resistance at this 33.81. This is the KCL, and that's now where we saw that it touches again and pull back. So you can see that the market is now holding strongly the 33.81. So once the market has the power to break above 33.81, I'm pretty confident that we will see 33.98 in the near term. But as long as the market stays below 33.81, the resistance is still there in the market. All right. So downside wise itself, if the market do pull back, the lower it will go, I think it's MLP, which is at 33.63 level. Okay. So these numbers tells me that if I'm buyer, I'm aiming for 33.81 for my first resistance. Then if it can break 33.81, we can see as high as 33.98. All right. But if the market pulls back instead, I think MLP will be a very good buy because it's the KSI is green in color. Okay. All right. Next market to show to you itself will be the Dow Jones. Let's take a look. Oops. Okay, for Dow Jones today itself is even easier to understand. Now, the KSI has been red the last few days, and I've been telling you guys this, despite that people tells me that Kel, this market is wrong. You see, the market went up despite KSI red, but you can see why yesterday it pulls back. And same thing here. Once it go below OP, that's where the selling kicks in. Okay, so the KSI today is red. The opening price of 42,409 will be a very important opening price. If the market stays below MLP, which is 42,465, and below the MLP, below OP and KSI rate, there's a high chance the market may pull back. Now the first support will be at 42,351, and very close by is 42,343. Now 42,343 is a MA 200. Okay, MA 200. Now that means a very long term, what do you call long term moving average. If imagine the market breaks below 42,343, that will trigger the 200-day moving average. Then that will warrant some selling and some real selling. Okay, so that's why today must watch this number. 42,343 is a very critical number that you have to watch. And the market breaks down, you had to break below the pivot 2, and then of course you reach the KCB, which is somewhere around here itself. Okay, and that is a very near stack to the pivot 2 at the same time. And the thing is this, if the market continue to break down, that's where it gets really crazy, because the next available support level will be at 42,079. Now of course at the current price now, 42,400, 42,079 is like 300 points, but this 300 points will be a big issue, because that means both moving average broken. So that is whereby if the both moving average is broken, then the selling all the way down to this particular point, 41,587, is going to be very possible. Okay, so let's hope that this may not happen so fast. I know a lot of you are on the long side of the market, but do note that because the KSI has been red in color, the market itself has been climbing up, right? So by default, once the market breaks the previous low, that is always the start of the selling. And we've seen this many times before. When the market first time when the market is going up, and then it breaks the low while the KSI is red, it may not be down immediately. It'll be sideways for a while, for most of the day. Then the next day and the next day, the selling comes in. So today is the Thursday. So I suspect that today will be down a little bit. Then after that, the Friday one is the big one, when the non-farm payroll actually comes out. But of course, again, if the non-farm payroll do have any leakage, maybe they know that some numbers are very low, the market may be selling way ahead of that itself. Okay, so if all clear, press number 3 right now. If you're clear, press number 3 right now. Okay, all right, then let's go for two more markets, sorry. Now, the next market I want to bring to attention, I think you should know it by now, is the crude oil market. Okay, it has tried to go up yesterday. The crude oil went at a high of $64.10. Then after that, it pulls back. Then it pulls back because of the ADP numbers. All right. So crude oil has a 4 diamond available here. So which means that you must draw a line across it. And this particular level itself is actually 63.22. 63.22. So which means that if the market wants to go up, it has to break the diamond white line, which is 63.22, before it can go continuously higher, which is at 63.70 to 64.82. Okay, but the KSI is already green, so it's a good choice for a long side as long market stays above OP. Yeah. Okay, and the other one, it will be on the China market. Now, China market has been down for many days, right? A few days in a row. And now we have a diamond. Same thing again. You draw the line. If the China market fail, which is not showing right now, this is live. The China cannot go up, then you'll come back down again. It will go back to 13,302 level. The next support for China market can be as low as 13,100, and that's a long-term moving average for that itself. Okay, and let's do some currencies. We have currencies like Swiss franc. I'll bring to you Swiss franc. Just give a moment. Okay. There you go. Now, Swiss franc has been one of the what they call safe haven currency. Okay, you can see that. So this currency has been trading, and you can see how incredible is this. 2 days ago, the market tried to rebound on technical ground, but the KSI continued to stay red. So yesterday, once the market opened, it failed to stay above the OP, bang, it came back down again. So this shows you that it's so important to know the KSI and also know the diamond, because if you draw a line across the diamond closing price, you will know that yesterday was a sell and not a buy. Similarly, that was happened back then itself. Okay, so I suspect that later on, if the Swiss franc drops further, there is a high chance it will break below 81.724 level. And of course, the next available level to watch out for. Let me take a look. Yes, indeed, the next available level to watch out for will be somewhere around here, and that will give me about 80 point. Sorry, it will give me wait a minute, 80.86. All right, 80.86 level. So which means that if it goes down further, 0.8086 will be the next level for the Swiss franc itself. Okay. All right, guys, that will be all for today's sharing. Thank you, because I need to rush for my next meeting. I'm not in Singapore right now. So, guys, anything, we'll see you guys on the Telegram. This is Kel signing off. Take care and have a great day. Bye bye.